The Baratie, or is it the Baratie arc, is complete. Baratie sounds better. I mean, French cooking. Yeah. I haven't watched this part in the anime, so I don't know if that's how they pronounce it there. But I heard someone else mention or pronounce it that way in another video, so I'm guessing that it's pronounced either in the anime that way or somewhere by somebody. Baratie. Baratie. So yeah, that puts me through chapter 68. The manga just is getting better as we go now, for sure. Finishing up that battle between Zoro and Mihawk, Hawkeye's Dracul, Hawkeye's Mihawk. You know, fortunately, honestly, Zoro does not win because, you know, up to this point, they haven't been that challenged in general. So it's good that I think Mihawk defeats Zoro here and gives him a arc, basically. Obviously, he's still impressed. It's a really cool fight. You get to see, you get to see something that helps you anticipate. You know, I'm sure this fight happens eventually in the future. I don't know how quickly things really move, so I don't know if it's happened yet, but I'm sure it will. And it feels like they're setting it up to be the end of at least some kind of storyline eventually. We'll see. I don't know where it's going. That's part of the fun. But it was a good scene. Okay, so then once that's done, Zoro goes off to deal with Nami, and I guess the rest of the Go Merry crew go with him, is what I recall. So Luffy's basically staying behind to help with the Baratie against the Krieg pirates, right? So that ends up being the rest of this arc and the fight there, which, you know, I enjoy reading through it. I have an issue, I think, with some of the action here. There's some cool stuff in there. There's obviously the gas bomb and the trick, you know, the initial attempt, which was a trick, and the way that all goes. I have a hard time remembering those points without listing them out or something. But they do a pretty good job of drawing it out. This is the kind of thing, though, that I think stopped me from watching certain anime and reading certain mangas, just like we're going to draw this stuff out over long periods of time. And they do a good job. I don't know. I'm more interested in it now than I was back when I used to see like snippets of Dragon Ball and stuff, which I've still never really given a chance because it was just, I'd always see a clip of someone just talking about how they were powering up their special move, and you know, this doesn't quite go to those levels. I don't think Dragon Ball always does either. It's just some of that filler stuff that the people make fun of is what you see, and it turned me off. So it's nice to actually get into it more and see that there is some actual writing behind it, and it's not all just drawing it out for no reason, right? So I did enjoy the particulars of this while I was reading it. I have trouble recalling them right now as I'm talking. Eventually, Luffy does succeed with Sanji's help, and to some degree the help of the other pirate, who I can't think of, the guy that was sort of flopping back and forth, who they initially helped and fed. Well, it's Jin. That's who this is, right? That's the short name anyway. So this all ends up building to Luffy being able to pay off his debt, and you get some of Sanji's backstory and what he's after and what he cares about, and why Luffy and him are similar in some regards. And then they have to kind of manufacture a way for Sanji to actually be willing to separate from the Baratie and go with him, and that ends up happening in a pretty enjoyable little way, which, you know, it all gets very emotional, and you get the extreme, like, calling each other by their, like, endearing, mean names, and crying, and tears, and I kind of enjoy that now more than I used to. Just find it totally ridiculous. So, I don't know, I've interestingly become more entertained by that sort of thing as I've gotten older. I feel like that's supposed to go the other way. And that more or less brings us to the end of the arc, where we get a cool moment of a panda shark showing up with, I think it's Yosaku, who's letting them know roughly where Nami went, and it gives them the little bit of info they need to move on to the next arc, which I believe is Arlong Park. I'm definitely going to keep reading. I want to see where this goes. I know it just supposedly keeps getting better and better, and it's already improving for me greatly. So I'm glad I started doing this. I hope my response to this is interesting to somebody, because there's a ton of these videos out there, and I don't imagine the world needs another viewpoint necessarily, but I'm enjoying doing it, so I'm going to keep doing it, and it is getting some views and some response. So if you do want me to continue, or you want to encourage me, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it if you've done those things already, and let me know if there's something I could do to entertain you better than what I'm doing, because I'm learning as I go as well. So happy to take any constructive feedback, criticism, etc. Until the next video, peace.